Oh, hey, my camera's finally working correctly. So yeah, it is now. I think it's Tuesday night. I just got home from school. Got a shower because I was stinky from welding. So this video is in response to a text message I got from Tim about the Baltimore Comicon. He asked, I don't know where my phone. Oh, here's my phone. Hold on. I think it was a simple one, and I'm terrible with emails and text messages and shit like that. So I will just answer your text message now on a silly video. So Tim basically sent me, you pick up anything cool um, at the Baltimore Comicon. My experience, this is my first real con. My experience was I was there to work, not so much there to have fun. So I pretty much worked. I stood in concrete for 11 hours a day, 3 days in a row, except for Sunday. Sunday wasn't as bad, but it ended up being long. So anyway, I really didn't pick up much. The only purchases that I made at the con were actually from our booth. um, yeah, so it was that. So Friday I didn't get anything done except I worked, but I didn't get any books signed. I didn't pick up anything new. I didn't do anything like that. Um, Saturday, near the end of the show ended at 7 o'clock. I ended up going. Um, Frank Cho. I knew Frank Cho was there. I really like Frank Cho's work. I love Liberty Meadows. I didn't take anything with me, but actually I did buy something at the con. I don't know where it is. It was I bought two things from the con. Sorry, other than from our booth. My bad. I forgot about it. But anyway, oh, and Tim, by the way, I've got your books. I've got to send them to you. I'll get on that tomorrow because I got some free time. Sorry, buddy. So I had a little bit of free time at the end of the con. So, ramble. What did I do? I ran over, I got Frank Cho's autograph. I don't know where the book is right now. I think I left it in my car. Um, Saturday morning, I got there really early, so I kind of wandered around the whole place just to see who was going to be where, doing what, in case I did get some free time. And I saw Amy Reeder's booth, and she was there with, I believe, it was Amy Reeder and the writer of her book, Rocket Girl, or I shouldn't say her book, I should say their book, because obviously it's a collaboration. So Brandon Montclair and Amy Reeder were there. There was a whole shitload of people there that I don't even know because I didn't even bother to read the thing. I just happened to notice a few names and of people I recognized. Of course, there was Jim Starlin, George Perez was there. Um, Lois and Walter Simonson were possibly there. I didn't see them the whole time, and I was a little disappointed that I didn't get to get autographs by them, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll be there again next year or someplace else in the near future. So, anyways, back to what I get. Amy Reeder. I wanted to get her autograph on Rocket Girl, but so a friend of mine who was working a booth with me, we were back and forth on our little section of the booth. So he said, oh, she's he picked up the book, one of her, Rocket Girl, and got it signed because I told him that she was going to be there. Got it signed for a little girl. So he's like, yeah, she's there right now. So the problem was, I grabbed a book and I'm like, all right, man, spell me here to take over. Let me get out of the booth and go get some signatures. So I got out of the booth and I took off. I didn't see her because they moved her booth, and by the time I found her booth, I guess I found her booth and there wasn't anything there, just a little name tag. I asked the guy at the booth beside her, I'm like, have you seen Amy Reeder? Is this the right spot? And he's like, she just left about 2 minutes ago. So I was disappointed. But in my rush to find her, I did find. Okay, so Frank Cho got an autograph on a Liberty Meadows book. Great. I also got a Joseph Linsner signature on Lady Rawhide #2, the white variant. Oh yeah, I forgot. I picked that book up too. I was a little irritated with it because one, I already have the book, and two, they charged me $20 for this book but whatever. No big deal. It's a con. Whatever. So I got Lisner's autograph on that book. I don't have it with me because I think it's hiding in my car. I got a few books that I think are in my car. So, okay, Lisner, Cho. The next book that I think is hiding in my car is I got Fred Hembeck to autograph Fred Hembeck Destroys the Marvel Universe. Now, for you kids out there, you probably don't have a fucking clue who Fred Hembeck is, and that's fine. But I recall this book. I had this book when I was a kid. It's just a satirical book, and it's kind of funny and whatever. And so he was there, and I got his autograph on it. I think there was one person waiting at his booth when I rolled up with this. After not being able to find Amy Reeder, I knew I'd seen that book, so I ran back to our booth and I dug through our dollar bin and found it. So I got that autograph, which I thought was pretty cool. So that, and then I wandered over and got the Frank Cho signature on the Liberty Meadows. And I did a little more wandering, and I saw Joe. I have trouble saying his last name, but Joe Quinones, I believe is how you say it. So anyways, I saw him. He was his booth was on the back side of the con, staring into a big open empty space where we unloaded the car, or the trucks. So anyways, he was sitting there working on a commissioned sketch for somebody. And I was like, and his artwork is really, really nice. Unfortunately, off the top of my head, I can't think of what he works on a regular basis. He does a lot of covers, I think, for DC. He's worked on some DC books. I think he's done a Captain Marvel cover recently. So, so I started a conversation. I'm like, I recognize your name, but I don't know what you work on. I recognize your artwork. I just don't know what. Can you tell me what you work on? So, we struck up a conversation while he was working, and so he didn't have any books there that were his to buy, but he did have some prints, and so I bought an 8x10 print, and he autographed it for me. So this is something else that I bought. It's Spider-Woman. It's he has some larger prints that were a little more expensive, but I think this was $5, and honestly, he apologized a couple times for working while making me wait and talking to me, and I was like, that's totally okay with me because I find it fascinating to watch people draw. To see them take a blank page and turn it into something really cool. So he was a really nice guy and really had probably a good 5-10 minute conversation with him. So that kind of wrapped up Saturday. Then Sunday, I went and picked my kid up after the show, and I came back to my house and I dug through some of my back issues trying to find stuff to get autographed. So I didn't really get any free time that day, but I did get some stuff autographed because I had my kid with me, and he was worthless, but he did give me some signatures. He bitched the whole time he did it, but I mean, if there was 5 people in a line, he'd come back with the books and be like, there's a line. I'm like, how many people are in line? He's like, 5. I'm like, come on, dude. So anyways, my kid was a little bit of a pain as far as getting signatures, but it was fun having him there, and I was a little disappointed I didn't get much time to go wander around with him and check things out. But he did go and get some of my Goon books autographed for me. Now, some of these I picked up out of our bins because I picked them up on Saturday because I was trying to get Powell's signature on Saturday, but I picked the books out and I purchased them before I knew that he'd already gone. So Sunday, my kid went and got some Eric Powell autographs for me. So this is Goon number 20. This is one I picked up out of the bin because it's got the price tag on it. That's how you can tell. Goon 25. I picked out books that I thought would, because all the white, well, these two in particular, because all the white, I thought it'd be, good for his signature. But it just looks like squiggles to me. Then I picked, this is one I had in my collection already. It's 30. I picked it up because it's a portrait of Frankie, and Frankie's awesome. And I had bought this one from our $5 bin, whatever, on Saturday, so I kept it. Maybe I'll give it away someday. This is another one that I had picked out specifically because it's a portrait of the Goon. And then I picked out this one of this Witch Doctor guy. Now, I don't think Powell actually worked on this book, but I think he did. But this Mark Buckingham guy, I think may have written it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But he is at the con also. I didn't get a chance to go get his signature. So the next signatures that my son was able to get for me, I sent him back to Frank Cho and got this cover of Shauna the She-Devil autographed. And I picked this one specifically because I thought this would be a good spot for an autograph. Now on to Rocket Girl. I got Amy Reeder and Brandon Montclair to sign my issue 1. Well, one of my issue 1s. My issue 2. And issue 3. I think their signatures really pop on this one because of the white. I couldn't find the rest of the issues. They're in my bag. They're in my piles of boxes somewhere. Then I sent my kid off to get. I grabbed this book without really looking because Gail Simone was there and I wanted to get her autograph, and I understand she's worked on Red Sonja quite a bit. But so I just grabbed a Red Sonja book out of my back issues, or out of my bin, and she didn't work on this one. But Linsner did discover, so I sent my kid over to get another autograph for me. Then some of you guys have had Matt Comic Quarter 410. Some of you guys that have mailed books to him and he's gotten signatures for you. Well, he got a signature for me on Sunday, and it just happened to be because he came to my booth asking for a comic book that was, I think you mentioned it recently, the Firestorm Superman logo. But he actually came to the booth on Saturday, and we had all kinds of people asking for all kinds of strange stuff that I don't even recognize or know about. So when this guy came along and asked for this book, I'm like, nope, don't think we have it, sorry. And I kind of didn't really pay much attention. And then Sunday, a guy comes and asks for this book, and I'm like, weren't you here yesterday? And it was really kind of, and the way it is, the place is kind of cavernous, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I've got some hearing loss from being in the military, a little tinnitus, whatever. So I didn't really. So I moved closer to talk to this guy, and so I could, figure out, if I could help him. And then it's then I recognize his voice, and I'm like, "You're Matt, right? You're Comic Order." And he's like, and he kind of gave me a strange look, like, "Why does this fucking weirdo at the Comic-Con know who I am?" Because Matt doesn't. He doesn't do his face, he just shows the issues. And I was like, I said, I'm not a Wogger or Brian, from YouTube. And he's like, I didn't recognize you without you trimmed up a little bit there. So anyway, he hung out at the booth for a bit, and we got talking, and it was really, really cool to meet you, Matt. And so based on his previous suggestions that I've in his videos about Barry Kitson, I had picked up these books, this a while back, and I grabbed this book specifically because I thought this would be a good spot for a signature. Now, this isn't Barry Kitson's signature, it's Mark Waid's signature, and Matt was nice enough to take the book over with him and get it autographed while he was getting something else done. So we got to talk for a little bit. Matt's a really cool dude. I was really happy to meet him. It was pretty cool. Matt, I did get your emails or your messages on Yahoo. I've been super busy with the con, with school, with work, and I have to move out of my apartment early next week. So I haven't been ignoring your message. Consider this a reply, and I will probably type up a message to you here in a few minutes. But it was super cool meeting you, man. If you ever come down to the Tyson show, it happens about once a month. I think it's going to happen again this month. Let me know, or if you come down to Virginia, I don't know, if you ever get down to the Richmond shows, that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, next time I'm up in Baltimore or up in the Maryland area, I will I'll get in touch with you, man. So, folks, oh, one more thing. I didn't pick this up at the show, but I had to pay for parking for the 3 days, and my boss reimbursed me for parking. So, we added up all my receipts, and it came up to enough money for me to buy this from the store. I've been eyeballing this statue since it's been at the store. I just didn't want to spend the money on it. But since I'd already spent the money on parking, I was being reimbursed. I thought I'd take the opportunity to pick up Little Miss Harley Quinn. So, it's black and white. It's in here. Trust me. Yeah, at the show, there was one thing that I really did want, but I didn't want to pay for it. Do you remember the old Harley Quinn statue where she's kind of sitting down on her hips and she's got a little arm out, black and white? One of the vendors had it. It was $275. The only reason I know he had it is because he was directly across from us, catty corner. Yeah, I was a little disappointed to leave without it, but I didn't really want to spend $275 on it. So, anyways, folks, yeah, Tim, I got your books. I got to get them in the mail to you, and I will do that tomorrow. Consider this a response to cool stuff I picked up. Matt, it was super awesome to meet you. You made what was a semi-boring con memorable for me. So, and thank you for running and getting that Mark Wade. Mark Wade. Just want to make sure. Thanks for getting that autograph for me. Next year, I guess I'll have to get Barry Kitson to sign the same book. Thanks, folks. Good night. Have a good day. Bye.